Okay, so this is going to be the tutorial for the 6x6 funnel. I know it's been a while, but that is because Synergy has been down, and I lost a bunch of stuff. So, yeah, that includes the 6x6, so I had to look at Discord pictures and whatever in order to remake it. If you watch the showcase, link in the description, you'll notice that this is different from this. Ignore how this card is uncontained. That's just me being an idiot moving the cart inside the wall, which moved this. But yeah, this door is slightly harder to build because I had to create a new dropper loop inside of here that controls this toggle, which controls the final pulse, which is the reason why, as you saw in the opening and closing, that the bottom is on sync. I have in theory fix for getting rid of all these minecarts and making it non-hopper aging full, I guess. If I do find a way to apply that in theorized fix, then I'll link it in the description. It'll just be an unlisted way to fix this. So yeah, let's just get into the tutorial. I'm gonna do this as quick as possible because it's almost 1 in the morning, as you see on the top left, and I'm tired. And I want to do this because I want to just get this video out. So yeah, if I sound dead, it's because I am, and I'm tired. So 4 pistons on the bottom, 6 on the sides, 4 on the top. Self-explanatory. Doubles and triples. I won't be explaining much how this works. Only certain things I will explain, like the dropper loops on the bottom and the triple extender sequence on the bottom. And that's really it. Everything else is self-explanatory. If I'm going too fast, you can just pause the video. And then you can have sticky pistons here, like this, that. That's the layout. And now let's get to the input circuit. I'm probably not going to memorize everything about this door, so just bear with me. This is your input. Just for now, place an observer here and here. This is for later. Place this here. Place this and this. Place an observer. Place an observer. We're going to place a hopper facing into. Place this observer, sorry, in this one. Place an observer facing down and a hopper facing into it with a repeater on 2-tex, 4-tex. Even though this looks ugly and you could just have this, it doesn't work like that. You need to have 2, then 4. I would like to have it 4 then 2, but there's no other way. Because if this was a 4, it'd send 2 pulses to this, making this Pitchson basically not work. This is 4 for after. So do this, get red, dust, this. This for after. Do same thing here. This. I'll do the red. Let's just do it now. Place dust there, dust here. Place 2 redstone blocks here. Actually, yeah. And you're probably wondering what these are going to be for, and why you can't just link this to this. And that is because this will be used later in the top, like that. So this should do the bottom like so. It will also do the beginning of the sides as well, and the beginning of the bottom. So yeah, that is the input circuit, and then we'll get into the bottom. Yeah. So we want to build the circuit that will control this. We're going to start with an observer here and an observer here. We're going to place this vortex repeater, place an observer here, an observer facing down, and an observer facing across. Same thing on this side. Observer, 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 and observer. 4-tick here. Magenta, which is the color of the triple. 4-tick here. 4-tick here. And this actually does the majority of the whole triple, almost the whole thing actually. If you include this and some other circuitry, which we'll get to after. So the way that this works is you power this from the lever, then you power this. I'm just going to lock it, which does the same thing. Remember, place an immovable block there, in here, very important, otherwise your door will not work at all. So if we give this a pulse, I said give this a pulse, and then power this, you'll see that this pulls down from this observer. The double pulse will power this one, and then the 4-tick pushes this up. Then if we power it again, this 4-tick, we'll see that it does that, and then if we send a 3-tick into this, it gets the whole thing. So 1-tick, 2 4-ticks, 3-tick, boom, easy. So this does the first 4-tick. The second 4-tick is done by this piston, and the way we do that is from the sides. So let's do that. We go from here, actually, sure, we'll do it after. Have this, place this dust. This is the first pulse, but we need to pull it back up again, and this only powers once, and we will get to that in a second once we continue with our sides. Okay. We're gonna have this and this, this and this. We're gonna no blocks. And yes, this uses no blocks. This, that. So this will retract these. So as you saw, this got one pulse. This would do the second pulse. But we need to power these when they're here and here. And we will do that from up here. So we're gonna have this. And the way we get the second pulse is like this. Ignore how that will be. We'll deal with it after. This, make this a lamp with that. Make this an observer. Make this the dust. Make this a block. Dust. 4-tick repeater. And this will have the pulse, 2 pulses that are far apart from each other, and where they will power heat, like for the double extender. Place 2 this here, and you're gonna need block here, block here, block here, block there. They need to be solid, so this dust will power the pistons here and also there. And this does the whole bottom almost. We still have to do lime. So you'll see that. You'll see it did the whole triple, except for those 3 ticks and the doubles. And then if we open it, you'll see it does the doubles on the sides. And that, and then the 3-tick. And this is the part where it is the hopper aging part. So we're going to have a dropper here, a dropper here. We're going to need a hopper here, 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 here. We'll do the same on this side. So there, here, there. And we're just going to do a bunch of minecart stuff to do all the clips. We need to start with this one first. We'll do this one after, because it's the hardest one to do out of all of them. Yeah, it is. So you clip there. Remove this and this, even though we just placed it. Roll this minecart. Roll that one up. We will replace everything now. I was gonna say later, but now is fine. Also make sure there's no items in that dropper at all. I'll do the items after. Block there, and then dust. Like so. We'll do this cart in a second, but let's just do the same thing on this side. So roll this in, roll that up. Do the same thing here. Roll it down, roll that up. Next, block there. Like so. So there we go. I removed that. Perfect. So this almost the whole loop, we still need a cart there and a cart here. And that's why I saved this for last, because we gotta remove this, and this, just to do a simple cart clip. We're just gonna remove all these blocks and reset these pistons. This one we'll just do after. Actually, what we should do is just get a bunch of immovable blocks, which would probably be the best option. So let's just get portal frames. You obviously can't use this in survival, but you can use obsidian or whatever, crying obsidian, anything that's immovable. I'm using portal frames because I feel like it. So, and also place them there. So the problem with this is, and why these carts are here, is because it's inside of a piston, and the piston will move the cart. So we need to have some blocker carts. So the best way to do that is to remove that and this. Remember to place this piston, important. Yep. I'm gonna place this. We actually have to do this in a special way, so we gotta remove this as well, and this. These two pointless. So we gotta get a powered rail there and there. Now, depending on your direction, if you open your F3 and you're facing south or north, you need to do it the way I'm doing it. If you're facing east or west, then this will be much easier for you. If you are facing east-west, you can just push this into a fence, I believe, and then drop it down. I think that's how it is, at least. No, it's not. You'd have to do the same thing either way. Okay, it doesn't matter. So we're going to get a fence here. We're going to roll this minecart into this piston. And then we're just going to push it across into the fence, drop it, remove this, place it to the back. And then we can place this, and that. Do the same thing on this side. So we need to run this into a block. Get the fence. We can drop it and remove it and place this to the back. We can place this back, and this back. All we have left that's needed is to do these carts. Now these carts are actually considerably very easy. So drop this one in, drop that one, and do the same here. And then the last one, we need to just yeet it in. I said yeet it in. And then get a piston and then push it across into this minecart. And that is why we have to have it rotated like this, so the carts just don't murder each other. And this gives the perfect height and where, so a repeater on top of a cart on top of, so it's a cart on top of a cart on top of a cart, or a cart repeater if you know this one. This is the perfect height to make it so this piston here will not move that minecart back. The maximum height, I believe, is 0.7. I've only tested with 0.75 because 0.7 I know is not really possible. And 0.75 is just the height of an enchantment table. So okay, never mind. So we now need to push this in, this, and this, and then we can do the rest of the bottom, which is much easier to do. And I realized one issue about what I've done. I forgot to put the chest cart in there. That's going to be a problem. There is a way, It's just going to be much harder. Well, not really that much harder. That's fine. Because this next part involves us getting... So this is the dropper loop completed, just push the block in. If you haven't already. And same here. Like so. So now what we need to do is create the toggle down here. It gets us even more delay. So we're going to have a dropper here, 2 hoppers here. That's why we needed that chest cart minecart that I said before. But we're actually going to have to do that now, even though we just placed these hoppers. Okay, so the problem is that it's supposed to go inside of this. Now we could redo this, but I want to do it in a much more fun way. If you roll a chest cart in like so, get a soul sand. Like that, leave it like that, important. Normally you would have done this first, but I'm stupid, so you're just gonna have to do it like this. My eyes hurt because I'm tired. I'm playing block game instead of going to sleep. That didn't work because I used a 0 tick for 1, and 2 I had a fence still there. So now what we need to do is get snow. 3 layers is fine. With this, get a path block. Place it here. Get a piston. Place it there. And here as well. You're gonna get a sign, piston, and a lever. 0 tick this up, place a sign on like that. And we're gonna 0 tick this up. Like so. We didn't actually need this piston at all. So now what we can do is dropper here, dropper here, hopper there, hopper there. And that's how you get the cart inside of there without breaking what we already did. And obviously, that could have been much faster if we did it the other way, but I wanted to do it this way, so deal with it. Okay, so to actually power this, we need to take an output from this loop, which is conveniently right here. So we're going to go down 3, and we're going to loop this around like so. We're going to do this, this, and this. So that actually powers the loop. And then get 2 items. One goes in this backdropper and the other one goes in this backdropper. Make this a comparator. Make this a block. Comparator block. Get a dust. A note block and observer. Make sure this block is solid. I'm tired, man. Okay. Make sure there's also an item inside of these 2 droppers as well. There's one in there and one in there. Make sure that you have an observer here, and if this is down, make sure this is up. You can remove all the importer frames or whatever movable blocks you have on you, and we can power it. Now in this case that didn't work because we didn't have this dust. And you can also notice that in this location, these 2 went in sync. Now not always it will do that, but as you saw in this location, it's not in sync. But in this location it luckily is. So yeah, I think that has to do with the chunk borders, because that's what someone told me. Yeah, this one is sitting next to a chunk border. But yeah. So let's get onto the top and then I can go to sleep and yeah. So we need to first power these 2 pistons. So we're going to do this. And we need to now power this piston and pull this up. So we're going to get this cyan block, make this a note block for after. Make this. This will be a 1 tick. Let's fire this, the block, observer, and this is a 3. Same reason why down here, how this is a 2 and then a 4, and not a 4 then a 2. Up here, this needs to be a 1, and this needs to be a 3, and this can't be a 1, and this can be a 3, because this needs to pulse before this. If this is a 1, then it will, this observer and this repeater will power at the same time. So that's why we can't have a 3, 1. We have to have a 1, 3, 1, 3. So this, and we will have this. So this is the entire triple extension. We just have to power these, and that's what these redstone blocks are for. So place 2 hoppers here. I'm actually going to grab the hopper from here. Yep. So I'll show you what's inside in a second. So in this hopper, you're going to place a shovel, an item, and a shovel. Make sure this item stacks to 64. Actually, you can use any item you want. It doesn't matter, I don't think. But just use an item that stacks to 64. Same thing in this hopper. And then over here, place comparator, dust. You will see where this is going in a second. Place a furnace. Let me actually grab the furnace, I'm lazy. And just place 1 unstackable item, so like a shovel inside of it. Like that. On both sides. And just place two dust here, and this does the full extension on the closing. During the opening, we need to power this line again to grab the blocks here, and we will do that with 2 1-ticks from this dust. And it gets power from this 4-tick, which has enough delay from this. So you'll see that the whole closing works plus part of the opening. Ignore the doubles and wire those. It's actually quite simple to wire. All you need to do is just place an observer there and here, and then from those no blocks, and then just do this. You also notice that the double gets its final retraction from this as well at this position here. Never mind. But you get the idea. And then last but not least, we have to double pulse this observer, which will power this no block, powering this one, double pulsing this and this one, leaving them to both be in sync on the retraction. It's just doing that is kind of annoying. So we're gonna have piston there, piston here. We're gonna have 2 3-ticks. No, one's on 4, one's on 3. One's on 4, one's on 3. I don't think the order matters. And then do that. And then finally, to finish the door off, is this and this. And that should finish the whole door. Now before you test it, because yours might not work, I will test mine, even though I think it should work. You'll see that the closing gets these blocks in sync. And then the opening. And that derp is caused by these 4-ticks, and they can't be changed. So yeah, that's the tutorial for the 504 block 6x6 vault / funnel door. I will try to put the list of items you'll need in the description. I probably won't, so yeah, you'll probably just have to suffer from that. I'm sorry. The list of items were on Synergy. It's just Synergy's down, like I said before. So yeah, I'll also link in the description the showcase for this, as well as my in theory fix to get rid of the hopper raging in general. If it turns out, which I think it will. And yeah, sorry about the long wait for videos. Synergy was down, so yeah. The next video should be pretty pog because it's a new world record I made with someone. Yeah, that's just a hint. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. So bye.